January 7, 1916 – June 5, 1975 was an Estonian-Soviet chess player and writer. He was among the world's top players from the mid-1930s to the mid-1960s and in 1950, was awarded the title of International Grandmaster by FIDE on its inaugural list. Keres narrowly missed a chance at a World Championship match on 5 occasions. He won the 1938 AVRO tournament, which led to negotiations for a title match against champion Alexander Alekhine, but the match never took place due to World War II. After the war, Keres was runner-up in the candidates tournament on 4 consecutive occasions. Due to these and other strong results, many chess historians consider Keres one of the greatest players in history, and the strongest player never to become world champion. Citation needed. He was nicknamed Paul II, the Eternal Second and the Crown Prince of Chess. 1. Keres, Viktor Korchnoi and Alexander Beliavsky defeated 9 world champions, more than anyone else in history.
Born in Narva, Governorate of Estonia, then Russian Empire, now Estonia. Keres first learned about chess from his father and his older brother Harald, afterwards a prominent physicist, who later told friendly jokes to his students, "I am not Paul's brother. Paul is my brother." With the scarcity of chess literature in his small town, he learned about chess notation from the chess puzzles in the daily newspaper, and compiled a handwritten collection of almost 1,000 games. 2. In his early days, he was known for a brilliant and sharp attacking style. 3. Keres was a 3-time Estonian schoolboy champion, in 1930, 1932, and 1933. His playing matured after playing correspondence chess extensively while in high school. He probably played about 500 correspondence games, and at one stage had 150 correspondence games going simultaneously. In 1935, he won the International Grandmaster IFSB International Correspondence Chess Championship. From 1937 to 1941 he studied mathematics at the University of Tartu, and competed in several inter-university matches. 4. Pre-war years. Keres achieved a very good result at the age of 17 in a master tournament at Tallinn 1933 with 5/7 + 5 2 = 0, tied 3rd/4th, half a point behind joint winners Paul Felix Schmidt and V. Cap. 5. Keres became champion of Estonia for the first time in 1935. He tied for first +5 2 = 1 with Gunnar Friedman in the tournament, then defeated him +2 1 = 0 in the playoff match. In April 1935, Keres defeated Felix Kiberman, one of Tartu's leading masters, in a training match, by +3 1 = 0. 6. Keres played on top board for Estonia in the 6th Chess Olympiad at Warsaw 1935, and was regarded as the new star, admired for his dashing style. His success there gave him the confidence to venture onto the international circuit. At Helsinki 1935, he placed second behind Paul Friedman with 6/8 + 6 1 = 1. He won at Tallinn 1936 with 9/10 + 8 0 = 2. Keres' first major international success against top-level competition came at Bad Nauheim 1936, where he tied for first with Alexander Alekhine at 6/9 + 4 0 = 5. He struggled at Dresden 1936, placing only 8/9 with +2 4 = 3, but wrote that he learned an important lesson from this setback. Keres recovered at Zandvoort 1936 with a shared 3rd/4th place +5 3 = 3. He then defended his Estonian title in 1936 by drawing a challenge match against Paul Felix Schmidt with +3 3 = 1. 7. Keres had a series of successes in 1937. He won in Tallinn with 7/9 + 6 0 = 3, then shared first-second at Margate with Ruben Fine at 7/9 + 6 0 = 3, 1 points ahead of Alekhine. In Ostend, he tied first-third places with Fine and Henry Grob at 6/9 + 5 2 = 2. Keres dominated in Prague to claim first with 10/11 + 9 0 = 2. He then won a themed tournament in Vienna with 4/6 + 4 1 = 1. The tournament saw all games commence with the moves 1. d4 na forwards 6-2. nf3 ne4, known as the d-right defense. He tied for 4th places at Kamari with 11/17 plus 8-2 equals 7, as Solov Flar, Vladimir Petrovs and Samuel Reshevsky won. Then he tied 2nd 4th in P.R. and U with 4/7 plus 3-1 equal 3. This successful string earned him an invitation to the tournament at Semmeringbad in 1937, which he won with 9/14 plus 6-2 equals 6, ahead of Fine, Josie Raw, L. Capablanca, Reshevsky, and Eric Alekhine. Keres, in his autobiographical games collection, refers to this major event as a candidates tournament, and claimed that he was recognized as a Grandmaster after winning it. 8. Although its parallel connection with later FIDE organized candidates tournaments from 1950 onwards is not exact, and the Grandmaster title was not formalized by FIDE until 1950, Keres tied for 2nd at Hastings 1937-38 with 6/9 plus 4-0 equal 5 half a point behind Reshevsky, and at Nuremberg 1938 behind Alekhine with 6/9 plus 4-0 equal 5. Keres drew an exhibition match at Stockholm 1938 with Gideon Street HLBERG on 4-4 plus 2-2 equal 4. 7. He continued to represent Estonia with success in Olympiad play. His detailed results for Estonia follow. Of note was the team bronze medal attained by Estonia in 1939. This was exceptional for a country with a population of less than 2 million people. 9. Warsaw 1935, Estonia board 1, 12/19 plus 11/5 equal 3. Munich 1936 unofficial Olympiad, Estonia board 1, 15/20 plus 12/1 equals 7, board gold medal. Stockholm 1937, Estonia board 1, 11/15 plus 9/2 equal 4, board silver medal. Buenos Aires 1939, Estonia board 1, 14/19 plus 12/2 equal 5, team bronze medal. World Championship match denied. Keres playing against Ruben Fine at AVRO tournament in 1938. In 1938 he tied with Fine for first, with 8/14, in the All-Star AVRO tournament, held in various cities in the Netherlands, ahead of chess legends Mikhail Botvinnik, Max Euwe, Reshevsky, Alekhine, Capablanca and Flar. AVRO was one of the strongest tournaments in history. Some chess historians believe it the strongest ever staged. Keres won on tie-break because he beat Fine 1-inch their individual 2 games. It was expected that the winner of this tournament would be the challenger for the world champion title, in a match against world champion Alexander Alekhine, but the outbreak of the Second World War, especially because of the first occupation of Estonia by the Soviet Union in 1940-41, brought negotiations with Alekhine to an end. Keres had begun his university studies in 1937, and this also played a role in the failed match. Keres struggled at Leningrad Moscow 1939 with a shared 12th-13th place. He wrote that he had not had enough time to prepare for this very strong event, where he faced many Soviet stars for the first time. But he recovered with more preparation time, and won Margate 1939 with 7/9 plus 6-0 equal 3, ahead of Capablanca and Flar. 7. World War II. At the outbreak of World War II, Keres was in Buenos Aires for the Olympiad. He stayed on to play in a Buenos Aires international tournament after the Olympiad, and tied for first place with Miguel Najdorf with 8/11 plus 7/1 equal 3. His next event was a 14-game match with former world champion Max Euwe in the Netherlands, held from December 1939 to January 1940. Keres won a hard-fought struggle by 7-6 plus 6/5 equal 3. This was a superb achievement, because not only was Euwe a former world champion, but he had enormous experience at match play, far more than Keres. With the Nazi-Soviet pact having been concluded on August 23, 1939, Estonia was occupied by the Soviet Union on August 6, 1940. Keres played in his first Soviet championship at Moscow 1940 URSCH-12, placing 4th plus 9/4 equals 6 inches, an exceptionally strong field, placing him ahead of the defending champion Mikhail Botvinnik, among others. The Soviet Chess Federation organized the Absolute Championship of the USSR in 1941, with the top 6 finishers from the 1940 championship meeting each other 4 times. It was split between Leningrad and Moscow. Botvinnik won the event, one of the strongest ever organized, with 13/20, and Keres placed second with 11, ahead of Vasily Smyslov, Isaac Boleslavsky, Andrei Lilienthal, and Igor Bondarevsky. With the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union on June 22, 1941, Estonia came under German control soon afterwards. During 1942 and 1943, Keres and Alekhine both played in 4 tournaments organized by Erhard Post, a president of Nazi Grossdeutscher Schachbund. Alekhine won at the Salzburg 1942 chess tournament 6 Grandmasters tournament in June 1942, at Munich European Individual Chess Championship in September 1942, and at Prague International Tournament in April 1943, always ahead of Keres, who placed second in all 3 of those tournaments. They tied for first at Salzburg 6 Grandmasters Tournament in June 1943, with 7/10. During World War II, Keres played in several more chess tournaments. He won all 15 games at Tallinn 1942 Estonian Championship, and swept all 5 games at Posen 1943. He also won the Estonian title event held at Tallinn 1943, and Madrid 1944 and 13/14, plus 12-0 equal 2. He was second, behind Stig Lundholm, at LIDK Ping 1944 playing or concours in the Swedish Championship. Keres won a match with Folk Ekstr. At Stockholm in 1944 by 5-1 plus 4-0 equal 2. 7. Dangerous circumstances. The close of World War II placed Keres in dangerous circumstances. During the war, his native Estonia was successively occupied by the Soviet Union, Germany and again the Soviet Union. Estonia had been under Russian control when Keres was born in 1916, but it was an independent nation between the 2 world wars. During World War II, Keres participated in several tournaments in European regions under German occupation, including those Nazi-organized 1942 Tallinn, Salzburg, Munich, 1943 Prague, Posen, Salzburg, Revel, and when the Soviets occupied Estonia in 1944, he unsuccessfully attempted to escape to Western Europe. His 1942 Nazi newspaper interview was used for anti-Soviet propaganda. As a consequence, he was suspected of collaboration with the Nazis and questioned by the Soviet authorities. 10. Keres managed to avoid deportation or any worse fate, for example, that of Vladimir Petrov's. However, he may have been held in detention. Precise details are difficult to ascertain. 11. But his return to the international chess scene was delayed, in spite of his excellent form. He won at Riga 1944 45th Baltic Championship 10/11. Presumably for political reasons, he was excluded from the 10-player Soviet team for the 1945 radio match against the USA, and he did not participate in the first great post-war tournament at the 1946 Groningen tournament, which was won by Botvinnik, just ahead of and Vasily Smyslov. He won the Estonian Championship at Tallinn 1945 with 13/15 plus 11-0 equal 4, ahead of several strong visiting Soviets, including Alexander Kotov, Alexander Talush, Lilienthal, and Flar. He then won at Tbilisi 1946 or concours in the Georgian Championship with a near-perfect score of 18/19, ahead of Ladislav Mignaz and a 16-year-old Tigran Petrosian. 7. Keres returned to international play in 1946 in the Soviet radio match against Great Britain, and continued his excellent playing form that year and the next year. World Championship candidate 1948-1965. Keres in 1954. Although Keres participated in the 1948 World Championship tournament, arranged to determine the world champion after Alekhine's death in 1946, his performance was far from his best. Held jointly in The Hague and Moscow, the tournament was limited to 5 participants: Mikhail Botvinnik, Vasily Smyslov, Paul Keres, Samuel Reshevsky, and Maxiu. Rubin Fine had also been invited but declined. The event was played as a quintuple round robin. Keres finished joint third, with 10 out of 20 points. In his individual match with the winner, Botvinnik, he lost 4 of 5 games, winning only in the last round when the tournament's result was already determined. Since Keres lost his first 4 games against Botvinnik in the 1948 tournament, suspicions have sometimes been raised that Keres was forced to throw games to allow Botvinnik to win the championship. Chess historian Taylor Kingston investigated all the available evidence and arguments, and concluded that Soviet chess officials gave Keres strong hints that he should not hinder Botvinnik's attempt to win the world championship. Botvinnik only discovered this about halfway through the tournament and protested so strongly that he angered Soviet officials. Keres probably did not deliberately lose games to Botvinnik or anyone else in the tournament. 12. Keres finished second or equal second in 4 straight candidates tournaments: 1953, 1956, 1959, 1962, making him the player with the most runner-up finishes in that event. He was therefore occasionally nicknamed Paul II. Keres participated in a total of 6 candidates tournaments: 7. Budapest 1950, 4th, behind David Bronstein and Isaac Boleslavsky, with 9/18 plus 3-2 equal 13. Ziyech 1953, tied 2nd 4th, along with David Bronstein and Reshevsky, 2 points behind Smyslov, with 16/28 plus 8-4 equal 16. Amsterdam 1956, 2nd, 1 points behind Smyslov, with 10/18 plus 3-1 equal 14. Yugoslavia 1959, 2nd, 1 points behind Mikhail Tal, with 18/28 plus 15-6 equal 7. He had positive or equal scores against all the competitors, including 3-1 against Tal, but this was not enough, since Tal scored 14/16 against the bottom 4 finishers. Kuro 1962, tied 2nd 3rd, with Efim Geller, half a point behind Tigran Petrosian, with 17/27 plus 9-2 equal 16. This event is discussed further at World Chess Championship 1963. Keres won a match at Moscow 1962 against Geller, for an exempt place in the 1965 candidates, by 4-3 plus 2-1 equal 5. Riga 1965, lost his quarter-final match to eventual candidates winner Boris Spassky by 6-4 plus 2-4 equal 4. This was the only match loss of Keres' long career. Keres' run of 4 successive second places in candidates tournaments 1953, 1956, 1959, 1962 has prompted suspicions that he was under orders not to win these events. Taylor Kingston concludes that there was probably no pressure from Soviet officials, since from 1954 onwards, Keres was rehabilitated and Botvinnik was no longer in favor with officials. At Kuro 1962, there was an unofficial conspiracy by Petrosian, Geller and Keres, and this worked out to Keres' disadvantage, since he may have been slightly stronger than both Petrosian and Geller at this stage. 13. Bronstein, in his final book, published just after his death in late 2006, wrote that the Soviet chess leadership favored Smyslov to win Zurich 1953, and pressured several of the other top Soviets to arrange this outcome, which did in fact occur. Bronstein wrote that Keres was ordered to draw his second cycle game with Smyslov, to conserve Smyslov's fading physical strength. Keres, who still had his own hopes of winning the event, tried as white to win an attacking game, but instead lost because of Smyslov's excellent play. 14. 3-time Soviet champion, career peak in several other post-war events, however, Keres dominated the field. He won the exceptionally strong USSR Chess Championship 3 times. In 1947, he won at Leningrad, URSCH 15, with 14/19 plus 10-1 equal 8. The field included every top Soviet player except Botvinnik. In 1950, he won at Moscow, URSCH 18, with 11/17 plus 8-2 equal 7 against a field which was only slightly weaker than in 1947. Then in 1951, he triumphed again at Moscow, URSCH 19, with 12/17 plus 9-2 equal 6-7 against a superclass field which included Efim Geller, Petrosian, Smyslov, Botvinnik, Yuri Averbakh, David Bronstein, Mark Taimanov, Lev Arnin, Solov Flar, Igor Bondarevsky, and Alexander Kotov. Keres won P. RNU 1947 with 9/13 plus 7 1 equal 5, Chino ZDR? J 1950 with 14/19 plus 11 1 equal 7, and Budapest 1952 with 12/17 plus 10 2 equal 5, 7, the latter ahead of world champion Botvinnik and an all-star field which included Geller, Smyslov, Gideon Street, HLBERG, L, SZL, Szabo, and Petrosian. The Budapest victory, which capped a stretch of 4 first-class wins over a 2-year span, may represent the peak of his career. The Hungarian master and writer Egon Varnás, in his books on Keres, states that at this time, the best player in the world was Paul Keres. 15. Unmatched international team successes. After being forced to become a Soviet citizen, Keres represented the Soviet Union in 7 consecutive Olympiads, winning 7 consecutive team gold medals, 5 board gold medals, and 1 bronze board medal. Of note was his appearance on board 1 for the USSR in 1952, when the Soviets entered the event for the first time. Keres was the only Soviet team member with Olympiad experience from his previous appearances for Estonia, and world champion Mikhail Botvinnik was not on the Soviet team. His 4 straight board gold medals from 1954-1960 is an Olympiad record. Although not selected after 1964, Keres served successfully as a team trainer with Soviet international teams for the next decade. Altogether, in 11 Olympiads, playing for both the USSR and Estonia counting the unofficial Munich 1936 event, and in 161 games, Keres accumulated a brilliant total of plus 97 13 equal 51, for 76.7%. His detailed Soviet Olympiad results are 16. Helsinki 1952, USSR Board 1, 6/12, Team Gold. Amsterdam 1954, USSR Board 4, 13/14 plus 13/0 equal 1, Team Gold, Board Gold, Best Overall Score. Moscow 1956, USSR Board 3, 9/12 plus 7/0 equal 5, Team Gold, Board Gold. Munich 1958, USSR Board 3, 9/12 plus 7/0 equal 5, Team Gold, Board Gold. Leipzig 1960, USSR Board 3, 10/13 plus 8/0 equal 5, Team Gold, Board Gold. Varna 1962, USSR Board 4, 9/13 plus 6/0 equal 7, Team Gold, Board Bronze. Tel Aviv 1964, USSR Board 4, 10/12 plus 9/1 equal 2, Team Gold, Board Gold. Gideon Barca left vs Keres, European Team Championship 1961. Keres also appeared 3 times for the Soviet Union in the European Team Championships, winning team and individual gold medals on all 3 occasions. He scored 14/18 plus 10/0 equal 8, for 77.8%. His detailed Euro teams results are 17. Vienna 1957, USSR Board 2, 3/5 plus 10 equal 4, Team Gold, Board Gold. Oberhausen 1961, USSR Board 3, 6/8 plus 40 equal 4, Team Gold, Board Gold. Kapfenberg 1970, USSR Board 8, 5/5 plus 50 equal 0, Team Gold, Board Gold. Keres also represented the USSR in many international team matches, in Europe and the Americas, with great success. He represented Estonia on top board with distinction in Soviet Team Championships, contested between regions. 18. Later career beginning with the PRNU 1947 tournament, Keres made some significant contributions as a chess organizer in Estonia. This is an often overlooked aspect of his career. Keres continued to play exceptionally well on the international circuit. He tied first-second at Hastings 1954-55 with Smyslov on 7/9 plus 6/1 equal 2. He dominated an internal Soviet training tournament at PRNU 1955 with 9/10. Keres placed second at the 1955 Gothenburg International, behind David Bronstein, with 13/20. Keres defeated Wolfgang Onziker in the 1956 exhibition match at Hamburg by 6-2 plus 4-0 = 4. He tied second-third in the USSR Championship, Moscow 1957 URSC age 24 with 13/21 plus 8-2 = 11, along with Bronstein, behind Mikhail Tal. Keres won Mar del Plata 1957 and 15/17, ahead of Miguel Najdorf, and Santiago 1957 with 6/7, ahead of Alexander Kotov. He won Hastings 1957 58/7/9, ahead of Svetozar Grigori. He was tied third-fourth at Ziyech 1959, at 10/15, along with Bobby Fischer, behind Tal and Grigori. He placed tied 7/8 in the USSR Championship, Tbilisi 1959 URSC age 26 with 10/19, as Petrosian won. Keres was third at Stockholm 1959-60 with 7/9. He won at PRNU 1960 with 12/15. He was the champion at Ziyech 1961 and 9/11, ahead of Petrosian. At the Elite Blood 1961 event, Keres shared third-fifth places, on 12/19 plus 7-1 = 11, behind Mikhail Tal and Bobby Fischer. 19 in the USSR Championship, Baku 1961 URSC age 29, Keres scored 11/20 for a shared 8/11th place, as Boris Spassky won. Keres shared first with world champion Tigran Petrosian at the very strong 1963 Piatigorsky Cup in Los Angeles with 8/14. 7. Further tournament championships followed. He won Beverwyck 1964, with 11/15, tied with Ivo Ney. He shared first place with world champion Tigran Petrosian at Buenos Aires 1964, with 12/17. 20. He won at Hastings 1964-65 with 8/9. He shared first-second places at Mariansk Glasny 1965 on 11/15 with Vlastimil Hort. In the USSR Championship at Tallinn 1965 URSC age 33, he scored 11/19 for 6th place, as Leonid Stein won. He won at Stockholm 1966-67 with 7/9. At Winnipeg 1967, he shared third-fourth places on 5/9 as Bent Larsen and Klaus Darga won. 7. Keres in Amsterdam 1971. At Bamberg 1968, he won with 12/15, 2 points ahead of world champion Tigran Petrosian. He was second at Luhakovice 1969 with 10/15, behind Viktor Korchnoi. At Tallinn 1969, he shared second-third places on 9/13 as Stein won. At Wijk on Z 1969, he shared third-fourth places on 10/15, as Geller and Botvinnik won. He won Budapest 1970 with 10/15, ahead of Laszlo Szabo. Also in 1970, Keres's 3-1 win over Ivkov on the 10th board gave victory to the Soviet team in the match versus rest of the world. He shared first-second at Tallinn 1971 with Mikhail Tal on 11/15. He shared second-third at PRNU 1971, on 9/13, as Stein won. He shared second-fourth at Amsterdam 1971 with 9/13, as Smyslov won. He shared third-fifth places at Sarajevo 1972 on 9/15, as Szabo won. He placed fifth at San Antonio 1972 on 9/15, as Petrosian, Lajos Portish, and Anatoly Karpov won. 7. At Tallinn 1973, he shared third-sixth places on 9/15, as Mikhail Tal won. His last international was Petropolis 1973, where he scored 8/17 for a shared 12/13 place, as Henrik Macking won. That same year, he made his last Soviet championship appearance, at Moscow for URSC age 41, scoring 8/17 for a shared 9/12 place, as Boris Spassky won. His health declined the next year, and he did not play any major events in 1974. Keres' last major tournament win was Tallinn 1975, ahead of Spassky and FIDE. Rick Lafson, just a few months before his death. 21. Paul Keres' tomb at Tallinn's Forest Cemetery. He died of a heart attack in Helsinki, Finland, At the age of 59, it is commonly reported that he died on the same date in Vancouver, Canada. His death occurred while returning to his native Estonia from a tournament in Vancouver, which he had won. 7. He was buried at Metsäkalmistu Cemetery in Tallinn. The ʻpɑu Memorial Tournaments have been held annually mainly in Vancouver and Tallinn ever since. Over 100,000 were in attendance at his state funeral in Tallinn, Estonia, where the leaders of Estonia were on guard of honor, and FIDE President Max Uud, his old friend and rival, was also present. 22. Acknowledgements. FIDE named 2016 the year of ʻpɑu. The 5 krone Estonian banknote bore his portrait. Krones are replaced by the euro since 2011. A statue honoring him can be found on T.Nizam GI in Tallinn. An annual international chess tournament has been held in Tallinn every other year since 1969. Keres won this tournament in 1971 and 1975. Starting in 1976 after Keres' death, it has been called the ʻpɑu Memorial Tournament. There are also the annual Keres Memorial Tournament held in Vancouver 23 and a number of chess clubs and festivals named after him. In 2000, Keres was elected the Estonian Sportsman of the Century. There is also a street in Nmme, a district of Tallinn, which was named after Keres. A bronze statue of Keres was unveiled on his 100th birthday in his hometown Narva on January 7, 2016. The World Chess Federation named 2016 as the year of ʻpɑu. 24. Statue in honor of ʻpɑu in Narva. The former Estonian 5 krone banknote with a portrait of Keres. USSR stamp devoted to Keres, 1991. Michelle 6163, Scott 5964. Legacy and writings. This section uses algebraic notation to describe chess moves. The unofficial chess metrics system places Keres in the top 10 players in the world between approximately 1936 and 1965, and overall he had one of the highest winning percentages of all grandmasters in history. Citation needed. He has the 7th highest chess metrics 20-year average, from 1944 to 1963, behind 5 world champions and Viktor Korchnoi. 25. He was one of few players to have plus records against Capablanca, Untitled, and he also had equal records against Smyslov, Petrosian and Anatoly Karpov. In his long career, he played 10 world champions. He won at least one game against all from Capablanca to Bobby Fischer, as 2 games with Karpov were drawn, making him one of only 3 players to beat 9 undisputed world champions. The other 2 are Viktor Korchnoi and Alexander Beliavsky. Other notable grandmasters against whom he had plus records include Fine, Flar, Viktor Korchnoi, Efim Geller, Savieli Tartakower, Mark Taimanov, Milan Vidmar, Svetozar Grigori, Isaac Boleslavsky, Efim Bogolyubov and Ben Larson. He wrote chess books that included a well-regarded, deeply annotated collection of his best games, Grandmaster of Chess ISBN 0-668-02645-6, The Art of the Middle Game with Alexander Kotov ISBN 0-486-26154-9, and Practical Chess Endings ISBN 0-7134-4210-7. All 3 books are still considered among the best of their kind for aspiring masters and experts. He also wrote several tournament books, including an account of the 1948 World Championship match tournament. He authored several openings treatises, often in German, Spanish, bis Franz. Sich, Drea Springer bis Königsgambit ISBN 4,871,875,431, and Via Springer bis Spanish. He contributed to the first volume, of the first edition of the Yugoslav published Encyclopedia of Chess Openings ECO, which appeared in 1974. Keres also co-founded the Riga magazine Shachmati. Keres made many important contributions to opening theory. Perhaps best known is the Keres attack against the Scheveningen variation of the Sicilian defense 1. E4c5-2. Nf3d6-3. D4cx d4-4. Nx d4 9 6-5. Nc3 e6-6. G4, which was successfully introduced against FM Bogolyubov Salzburg 1943, and remains an important line. An original system on the black side of the closed Ruy Lopez 1. E4 E5 2. NF3 and C6 3. BB5 A6 4. BA4 Nana forward 6 5.0-0 B7 6. Re1 B5 7. BB3 D6 8. C3 0-0 9. H3 Na 5 10. BC2 C5 11. D4 and D7 was introduced by Keres at the 1962 Candidates Tournament, and was popular for several years. He also popularized the Keres defense 1. D4 E6 2. C4 BB4 plus and a system on the black side of the English opening that runs 1. C4 E5 2. NC3 Nana forward 6 3. G3 C6. Keres published 180 problems and 30 studies, including a rook ending that won a first prize in 1947. 26. Keres won top-class tournaments from the mid-1930s into the mid-1970s, a span of 40 years, and won major events in Western Europe, Eastern Europe, the Soviet Union, South America, and North America. Botvinnik, by contrast, never competed in the Americas during his career. His rival Samuel Reshevsky said that Keres failed to become world champion because he lacked a killer instinct and was too mild a person to give his all in order to defeat his opponents. He took everything, including his chess, philosophically. Keres is one of the nicest people that I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. With his friendly and sincere smile, he makes friends easily. He is good-natured and kind. Yes, he loves chess, but being a human being is his first consideration. In addition to chess, Keres was interested in tennis, ping-pong, swimming, and bridge. 27.